everyone, how are you? So this is Magic and Technology Part 3. If you haven't watched the first two videos, you can go to the links below and watch. Part 1 is only on Rumble because it got deleted from YouTube. And then we have Part 2. Hopefully it won't be deleted from YouTube. If anything, you can find all the videos on Rumble, and you can subscribe to me also on Rumble just in case for the future. Never know. So Part 3, we're going to discuss mostly in Magic and Technology series, we're going to discuss the True Union and the Heart Alchemy. So we're going to kind of bring to wrapping this topic and what we can do about it and how we can evolve and create something better. So we need both polarities. One big agenda, as I mentioned before many times, is to push towards transhumanism, to destroy all natural human capacity and merge us with machines, which we are slowly programmed to see as higher beings. This merge of human and machine is the synthetic union that is being created and manipulated. The dark wizards in power, which I spoke about in the last video, so make sure to watch all the video and it's going to help you kind of understand this whole topic. So the dark wizards in power know how to use human natural desire and impulse, which is for physical procreation, evolution, and sacred sexual union, and they are distorting it with synthetic evolution, distorting our human connection by destroying and confusing our sexuality, and eventually destroying the union, the sacred union itself, by creating a union with machines, a complete synthetic union. So when we have no naturally born men and women, meaning born from a woman's womb, from a physical woman's womb in a physical way, uniting in a sacred bond, there is no real evolution and no true alchemy. Thus, no real power and life force created. The cosmos, the endless divine feminine energy that contains all, is interconnected. It feels. It's alive. It expresses in the moment. It changes. The dark masculine is not connected to anything. It excludes anything but itself. It has no emotions, expressions, or experience, or, of course, power of creation. Only a limited systematic structures to obey. The negative Mars energy has no heart or compassion, thus no connection to anything, including itself. It only has a need to self-preserve, dominate, and do anything to survive. This is a force that seeks to control and destroy the feminine and masculine itself. Once we have a society that is fully ruled by the negative Mars-Saturn dark masculine force, there is no space for feminine or the natural divine masculine itself. They are two polarities that need each other to create this reality, as well as a whole human being, physically and spiritually. Masculinity brings knowledge. Femininity brings wisdom. And when they work in unison with the intention to keep each other's best at heart, they create also from love, the sacred union. So the knowledge, the wisdom, and the love are also the 3 pillars of a sex priestess, which I think I have a video on the 3 pillars of the sex priestess, and this is also what I teach sex priestesses in the initiation, which is a very long initiation. I only do it with very few people. So knowledge with no wisdom or love is destructive and dangerous, can be destructive and dangerous, as we see in our dark masculine world today. And we need both polarities to thrive. We need the feminine, we need the masculine in their divinity. It is a wonder they have been, that they have been destroying these polarities with the idea that men are just like women and there are no genders and there are no sexes, etc. This is the new war on humanity, this gender war, which is beyond words. I don't even know how we got here. So once humans worship machines in such a way and see the machine as a conduit to spirit, like we talked about last video, or higher power, they will be forced to merge with it, and with that, delete all humanism altogether. Again, this is the plan. I don't think they will succeed, but this is the plan. And in order to kind of win the game, we got to understand the game that we're playing. So this is why these conversations are very important right now. This advanced technology may give the illusion that we are advancing, evolving, but in fact, it creates a horrible, distorted degeneration instead of evolution of humanity. Like with the new concept of, again, men having babies by artificial wombs, etc., which cannot happen. It's not natural. Men can never bring life, and they shouldn't bring life. That's not their job. Okay. Now, I'm going to read something very important, all right? Once women are being fully rid of, which is this agenda, is to basically get rid of women. They're trying to get rid of the word woman right now, by the way. And I hope that you've seen my video that I posted recently. It's called I Am a Woman. And I really hope that I invite you, sisters, women, to declare who you are. You are a woman. You are a magnificent, marvelous, powerful woman. And I really hope we can all own it once again. And it's really sad that we have to own. We've been fighting for our rights for so long, and now we even have to fight for being called a woman. How crazy is that? All right. So once women are being fully rid of, this is the plan again, they will not succeed because they don't have a world without women. The human race will be fully possessed by demonic entities, I mean. And again, if you haven't watched number 1 and 2 of this series, go watch it because it's kind of builds up on each other. The natural womb is the portal of life. And once you create a baby from a synthetic womb, you may get a human body, but not a whole soul. And the body is basically empty of a soul and is fully open and ready for full possession because it also is created by the masculine energy alone and not with the feminine. And the soul and spirit is made of both. We need both man, woman, masculine, feminine to create a soul, to create life. This is basic. It's very sad that we actually have to explain it these days. The energy of the synthetic human made with no woman, with no womb, without the portal of life, cannot be a whole mind and cannot be connected to the one mind. So this human is literally not connected to source. It's not connected to the cosmos, to life itself. There is no connection. They can never be connected to source itself. The womb is our connection to each other and to the cosmos. That is our connection. The woman, the womb. All right, so this dark masculine energy wants to completely get rid of women. We see this in this technology of artificial womb and sex dolls, but have seen this also for ages in our society in many different ways. And also with this new wave of men who hate women on social media. That's like a new thing now. I mean, maybe it's not a new, but maybe because social media, we actually see it in our faces. It's like just completely hating women and speaking against women. And of course, obviously, there are the groups of, men hating women as well. Women that are hating men. It's just chaotic. This is why we need to, again, have a new return to the honor and respect of men, of women, and of the divine masculine, of the divine feminine within us, so we can create beautiful sacred unions with each other. I know it sounds very fluffy, but that's what we need right now. We need this more than air right now. So the fact is that human men, heterosexual or homosexual alike, it doesn't matter, will always need and want women. Because again, we all came from women. This is what we are. But they will dominate and destroy women when in their dark masculine. Genetic manipulation is pure dark masculine energy at its best. It is evil and it seeks to destroy the mother, literally the mother in us all. And no, humanity cannot thrive and cannot be free without the mother. This is why I serve the Divine Mother herself, and I hope to bring humanity back into her womb, back into her truth and her love and her true wisdom that she has to offer for all of us. She just wants to bring us all back home, to ourselves, to each other, to her. The womb, you have to remember, the womb is the space where everyone is free. Everyone comes from, everyone returns to. This is why the image of the male God is completely false and completely disaligned with what disaligned, sorry for my English, with our soul, with our true soul. And what we should be worshiping again is the Divine Mother, is the feminine, because she contains everyone, while the masculine God contains only what it wants to contain, only the men, only the dark masculine, not even men. So I really want people to understand that. It's so basic, but it's, again, we've been programmed so much, and it's really hard to bring these very simple truths back into the conscious of humanity. So the womb of the mother is, again, it's the eternal source, God force, right? What people call God, that we all are made of, where we all come from and we all come back to. But when you take the mother away, the soul has no house. The soul is not protected. It can be controlled by any dark force and can be manipulated in any way that possible, basically. The mother, the divine feminine, is also nurturing, compassion, and love. By removing this energy from the process of birthing and life itself, you create a distorted soul, empty, disconnected, traumatized, a spirit that has no higher vision or need for self-expansion, but is empty. Thus, it is a perfect host, again, for any entity or energy to take over. I need to mention this is a very dominant timeline, all right? Like if I look at all the timelines that humanity can take, this is the most dominant timeline. Like I said in the last video, I am not feeling very hopeful right now for humanity. But, and this is a big but, it's not the only timeline, all right? Once you embody your divine masculine or feminine, you can create your own reality. But if you don't choose your path, it will be chosen for you. So again, take back the power, purification, initiation, prepare your vessel, stop eating animals, stop sleeping with everyone, stop drinking alcohol. Make sure to be a vessel of light, of truth. What is light? Light is information, is truth. This is why darkness is the lack of information, is them trying to hold information from us. So we are here I can speak for myself. I am here as a creature of truth. I gave my life to the mother. I gave my life to the temple. I gave my life to truth. And so what are you going to give your life to? The main lie of the dark masculine, which has manipulated our society for so long, is that there was no mother or feminine in the creation of humanity. Only a father God, right? We can even see it in the basic story of the form of humanity. There is a father God. He created Adam, he created Eve, he created the animals and the nature. No. What creates life? It is the feminine. So it literally took the feminine out of the most basic story that has been affecting our subconscious for eons. We see this in religion mostly, again, which is, again, as I said before, one of the greatest control tool of the dark masculine energy, to control humanity. And we see it in the spiritual community also. There's like another story of these alien gods, right, who created humans in a lab and manipulated our DNA. Again, they have, even in this story, I want you to, again, see everything as a story. Even what I'm telling you now, I always tell people, read my books as a story. Why? Because this, I will explain to you also later, but the subconscious is less resistant. And it will receive the truth that it needs more openly. So, but we can see even in this story of like the alien, right, that like planted us or whatever, did whatever to us, they took the feminine out of the story. There's no feminine. You cannot take the feminine out of Earth's game and story. We need the union of these polarities to be whole, free, and powerful. And it's also not true, because the feminine is creation itself. Like, you can't create anything without both together, and especially the feminine. Watch where the feminine is being removed. Like, again, watch, I tell you always, watch the symbols, watch the story that's being projected into your face all the time. Observe reality around you. Watch where the feminine is being removed and this polarity of masculine and feminine is being distorted in our society. This should be a huge red flag and a clear sign of what is dangerous. We also see this in modern feminism, which is sold to us as something empowering, and it is at its core, it should be, but when not balanced, it invites women to self-destroy all that is feminine about them, which is so ironic and sad, because we have feminists who think that they are helping feminism by becoming more masculine, which is a tragedy. It's really silly. The force that will bring us to positive evolution is the divine feminine. The divine feminine is all-inclusive. It includes the divine masculine within it as well. It includes all life within it and seeks to find the best path for the greater good of all. This destructive Mars energy will be the downfall of humanity. There is no evolution within it, only regression, degeneration, and destruction. This all sounds like a sci-fi movie, but there is a reason why this dynamic has been portrayed in so many stories, books, and movies. Because it is true. Because our subconscious knows this and is trying to warn us through this natural art of storytelling, which is the way of our collective subconscious to communicate with us and with each other. I invite you to start consciously to see the signs and understand the symbolism behind this. Look for this negative Mars or Saturn and also Venus energy and see the dark masculine energy in these stories. Also, I invite you to look for the 4 polarities of the dark and light, masculine and feminine, so we can begin to unite these polarities within ourselves. The Handmaid's Tale is one of my favorite stories. The Matrix is an obvious one, but try to see these symbols in any good story told these days. True storytellers are channelers. They see a vision and bring it in the best way for humans to receive it. This is why I ask you to read my books also as stories, so that the truth can unite with your subconscious mind in the best way possible for your path without the resistance of the conscious mind. Let's talk about heart alchemy, all right? Kind of sum it all up, all these 3 videos here. So the heart is the key. It is a generator. 2 people can create the same magic, same ritual, same intention even, but one has initiated themselves into the awakened heart space and the other partner hasn't. They will have completely different experiences, create a completely different reality. It can even be dangerous because when the heart is not in its awakened state, there is danger to, again, open the heart portal to lower frequency and information, and of course, entities. And also because the shadow still remains unseen within a person that is, their heart is not awakened, it can burst out in many ways and take hold of the heart center, thus calling in shadow aspects to be manifested. So basically the shadow can be even empowered even more if the heart is not leading, kind of guiding the way. When alchemizing anything into gold, the awakened heart must be involved and leading the process as it connects us to source and unified field itself. The heart generates, so you must be very pure and intentional with what it will generate, right? This is basically, I mean, if Jesus was a real person, not that I believe that he was, but that was the entire message of the Christ consciousness. It is the heart alchemy. It is the awakening and of the and in the alchemy of the heart. So no matter what we do, we are a part of source energy. We will always be creating something. But when the creation energy doesn't flow through the awakened heart, or the heart is clogged, kind of like with either harmful programming, like all the programming we've talked about, we've mentioned so many in these videos, the creative energy of the human is pulled up to the mind, which will make one too logical and analytical with no emotions or heart connection, or it's going to be pulled down to the lower chakras, which makes one too materialistic, self-centered, seeking constant physical pleasure with no connection, again creating more and more trauma and actually empowering one's trauma and shadow. These ways of no heart awakening lead humans to create distorted, unhealthy versions of themselves, and we see it, I see it everywhere at least. I hope that you can see it too. When one is too stuck in the mind space, either in the mind space or lower chakra and not in the heart, and there's no alignment of all of them, they will be embodying their Mars energy and obsess about external material pleasures, but also can become focused on AI and the technology and science in the future, which is really limited because most of the magic that we have has not yet been proven by science, right? And this puts these people in an inferior place in our evolution, although on the surface, on the outside, it may seem like they are the superior ones with all the knowledge of technology. But really, the ones with the true knowledge of reality are the real witches, the real wizards who are working with nature, with spirit, and through the heart. They have the true knowledge. So again, like there is true knowledge and there is fake knowledge. People who are obsessed with Mars and technology need logical validations for everything. They always need like the logical explanation for everything. And it can be dangerous because you can use logic to justify basically anything. Even putting children in gas chambers and rape women and normalize pedophilia or murder billions of animals every year. The Mars energy is not stable, and this logic is usually coming out and manifested in highly distorted ways, as we see everywhere in our society today. But the awakened heart has the truth. It has the clear vision and understanding. When we know our shadow and work from the heart, we have the truth. This is why, again, it's very easy to discern between a true teacher or a false teacher, or a true spiritual being or a false spiritual being. It is the heart. Are you living your words? Are you talking all about love and light but eating animals? There's no alignment, right? Are you where is the alignment with the heart space, with the soul? So this is what you need to be looking for in yourself as well. I'm not just, first of all, within yourself. Am I aligned? Am I speaking my truth? Am I acting my truth? Am I walking my truth? Am I walking truth itself? Am I living from the heart? If I am hurting any being on the planet in any way, I am not living from the heart at all. So we have to be aware of what we are participating in, because whether we know it or not, we are participating in very black magic every day. All right, so again, the awakened heart has the truth. It has the clear vision and understanding. When we know our shadow and work from the heart, we have the truth. Logic is debatable, but the higher truth is unquestionable. The merging with machines can give you access to knowledge, but not wisdom. It can get you so far with knowledge, but will never allow the continuous evolution that is made organically through human DNA and spirit, and above all, the heart. The upgrade of the DNA is happening now naturally, and the machine merging will hinder this natural process, though it can give us a temporary illusion of evolution. It lacks the basic thing that we need to evolve: love. Quantum jump needs love as well as consciousness. The Christ consciousness is not a human being that comes back to earth. It is the heart, activated consciousness of all humanity that is rising with our natural evolution through inner alchemy and initiation.